We should be live. Let me have at least my backlight on, but sort of dim. Because it's also really... Oh, I didn't turn on my heater. Why is it so heckin' cold in here? Alright, so let's do office ceiling fan set to 50. That looks nice. Okay, let me plug in my heater real quick, because it's pretty cold in here, and then we will start the intro. Okay, got that on. Get my headset back on. Ugh. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. This is a unscheduled since it is a Wednesday, and I have no idea where I'm going with this at the moment. Anything? Anyway, so this is a completely unscripted, just unscripted everything. So try and figure this out here. Oh yeah, there's thing there. Okay, whatever. Anywho, um, let me get some stuff up. There hasn't been a lot in terms of Crewin's development as of recently. Let's do just talking. Let's just do this for now, since I'm just going to be talking as I start getting some of this stuff figured out. So, I've actually been gearing up a lot of stuff for Thunderworld Interactive and getting all of that taken care of. I'm submitting LLC paperwork here in the next couple days, so hopefully that'll be done in the next couple weeks. And then our website will be up probably near the end of April. We'll have our website probably up and running, but it probably won't be launched until the beginning of May. And then I've worked on some documents, so I have some friends who are going to be interns, so they'll help make make a game for their portfolio, and I'll teach them since they don't know how to do any of that stuff. So I have that. For any more outsourcing I do with Crewin, I created an NDA just for Thunderworld Interactive in general. So that's also done, and then Michael, my other co-founder, and I still need to have a couple meetings regarding how we want things to go, and how we want to have our network set up. We need probably to try and secure a small business loan to get some GTX Titans or Vs or some sort of GPU that we can put into our big server so that we can add virtual GPUs to the virtual machine, so I can have a couple developer computers so that I can have multiple people working at once. So Michael can use it to build models while I have someone else doing some artwork or whatever else I want to have done. But currently looking at, I think, 2 GTX Titans, Titan Vs, I believe is what I was doing. GTX Titan V, is that what it was? Yeah, we're looking at like a couple GTX Titans for like $80 a piece. Maybe I can find a GTX Titan. I don't know why I'm looking at the moment. Yeah, RTX Titans are very, very expensive, so I don't know if we'll be going through that. But take a drink real quick. So obviously when it comes to GPUs, it used to be pretty easy. There was this thing called remote FX, which gave you a remote GPU, and um, so theoretically, since I have Windows Server 2019, I can still use remote FX, but unfortunately, with Server 2022, Windows 11, or in later, it has been discontinued due to security vulnerabilities with that technology. But obviously, I should be able to do it once I install a compatible graphics card. But remote FX, uh, remote FX is, let me look. Obviously, that would be one GPU for multiple machines when discrete device assignment, or DDA, can do one GPU per device. But but then also remote FX also only has a limit of 30 frames per second, while DDA has a limit of 60. And I mean, I might actually, you know what? Let's all right, we're actually gonna do a little bit of work here. Let me get back to the in-game, and we're gonna move this over. Let me go into remote desktop. Go into the hypervisor real quick, and I should be able to. Yeah, for some reason I'm not able to full screen this anymore, which is weird. Let's go to display settings. So I should still have those two Quadro 600s in here, I think. Task manager. They might still be in here. Because I might have taken them out, which is okay. Let's go to not task manager, device manager. On that device manager. Let's quickly take a look and see if they're still installed or not. I don't really feel like opening it up. I don't know what this base system device is, but there's two of them, so it could be the Quadros. I don't think maybe I'll open up the driver easy and I'll find it. Quadro. Is it the P4000? Alright, let's do this real quick. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. I'll also load up Crewin, and maybe I will show a sneak peek at Renegade's development because I was bored. And I've kind of hit a mini burnout phase, but I'm still trying to chug, just not as much. I'm not trying to push myself as hard. I probably am going to be delaying the next update by a month or so just to give myself some extra time. Of course, it didn't find any, which I guess is fine. Let's head up. Everything's out of date, or everything's up to date, which is interesting. I guess I'll have to look and see if it actually is installed or not at a later point in time. But close, open up Crewin. So I don't know if I've actually done a showcase yet of Crewin. What the NPC looks like. So I actually have a package build since I seem to have better performance during package builds. And let me turn down my desk. Oh. Alright, is this gonna work? No, it's gonna work. Yeah, that's better. Ah, much better. Okay, so you guys can't see it, but I have game bar up down here. In the menu, I am getting 195 frames per second, which is good. Although OBS is currently looks like they're struggling. OBS is currently struggling, which always does for some reason. So I kind of have a spawn right here. Immediately down to, I guess the world has to load. Usually it loads when I... Alright, so we're sitting at a whopping 22 to 18 frames per second. But I'm also streaming, so it might be a little more. But let me know what you guys think. If it looks good. And this is at 4K. But even if I go down to like 1080p, all of these are at low. I still get around the same limit, which means that clearly there is something going on. Maybe it's textures, I'm not sure, but I added LODs to a lot, so like these buildings have LODs now, or some of these did, especially these buildings right here, because of how powerful they were, but it's just a matter of that they have been, I guess, worse, or they've have more LODs now, so they work horrible if you're far away. Or like right here, like you see that window? Until you get closer, here, let me go back and show it. Yeah, see how it has less triangles? So, oh, this is the shipping version. So obviously we're getting 15 frames a second right now, which again is bad. If we go to somewhere like Thack Shore, I think I fall through the world right now. I think I fall through the world at Thack Shore. I just added the fast travel issues. Alright, so there's nothing wrong here. So we come up and we go. We pretty much just stop at 30 frames a second, which obviously I do see it being a lot better. So we're capping at 30, so I don't know if I have that on. Let me bring that up. Just double check, make sure vertical sync is on. So clearly it has to do with either all the NPCs, or it has to do with just the fact that Black Hollow is a very demanding area, which obviously with the game planning to be released like two years from now, like 2024, 2025, hopefully NVIDIA will have released the 5000 series or whatever they're working on next, which obviously I have a 20 series card, but I do want to make this game look nice, so I do attempt to make it perform better on the higher end series cards, but obviously it does work on lower series, lower computers. I'm not exactly sure. I know it will run on a 580, RX 580, but I don't have any testing stuff here, which is why I'm trying to find people who have a not as good computer, let's say. So yeah, so like right now, max frame rate I'm getting right now is 30. If we head over to Beplore, all the NPCs are gone, so it might be better. Who knows? Because I was gonna add the spawner for it, and maybe I already have. I just don't remember. But so it's gonna take a minute to spawn everything in because obviously it's taking a long time to spawn stuff, and it doesn't like that at all. But it does spawn pretty quickly. So now we're sitting at 100% GPU. We're sitting at 98% VRAM, which means we're using like 7.8 gigabytes of VRAM. And we're getting 20 FPS. So clearly VRAM's a big issue, and it has to do with texture sizes. So I'm currently reducing texture sizes, trying to optimize it, but I will have to outsource that because that is a very hard thing for me to do while keeping the game looking like it does. I don't know how much it's using right now, but we're using 100% GPU usage, which, let's actually go in the task manager real quick. So, Crewin Wrath of Aethys is currently using 10 gigabytes of RAM, almost 11 gigabytes, which means I do need to update the RAM usage on the computers, which means we need 16 gigs minimum. Because the game's not even close to being done yet, and it's also using 86% of my GPU, which is a lot. So let me focus this back up. There we go. Alright, so now we're sitting at 28 frames per second still, which means it could be just NPCs causing all that ruckus, but I don't think so. I mean, we're generating a lot of triangles over here, and view distance doesn't seem to help. I don't even think I've used it to view distance up here, do I? I don't know. But obviously, a lot of these are like ultra high, so I'll usually bring them down, bring all of these down better. And there's absolutely... I even go down 10 frames a second for doing that. And then I go back up. So now I'm sitting at 29, 28 frames a second. So, J-Dale, a less demanding area. Let everything load in, let everything settle. Alright, we're getting 26 frames per second over here, and I'm pretty sure it's because these textures are pretty demanding. But, I mean, here, I'll bring everything up to max settings right now, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Trying to keep that at... We're gonna do temporal AA... velocity. Didn't do that. So obviously, this does not look good. What happened to my shadows? Let me head back over to MSAA. Alright, so this is me playing on 4K. All settings are high. Getting roughly 24 frames a second according to the Windows Game Bar, which is that actually the FPS? I truly don't know. I feel like it's a lot smoother than, but also it's like the same spot as same FPS as a movie, so no one would know. And obviously I am having issues here with LOD with the land, so that obviously I have to change. But even if we come up here to the Temple of Corrosion, combat is what will take a hit. Not even that much over here though. Ow. I don't want to use my heal at the moment. Alright, awesome. Alright, awesome. So obviously I do see some stutters, and that's probably like a frame dip here and there. But that's what the heck? I didn't know that did that. Do all of these do that? No way, they all do that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that did that. Nice X-ray hacks, my guy. Although, next update, there will be additions or revisions added to Temple of Corrosion. Specifically, most of these items will be able to be picked up specifically potions. Nothing else really at the moment. But a lot of these will be physics based, so you'll actually be able to like kick them around and stuff. Which actually I found out is super easy to do. It's like literally a click of a button. Okay, I should probably do that heal. Have that heal now. Okay, only this chest is supposed to work, and apparently there's nothing in here anymore. Why I only can like do it like right here, I have no clue. Yeah, there's nothing in there, and there's supposed to be stuff in there. Okay, I guess I'll have to take a look at that. I usually buy stuff, but the FPS is so bad in let's go. It's probably like maybe the first time I'll actually be able to go make it. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. This guy's just having a tough day. Some of these guys just have no idea what they're doing with their lives. Starting to get night. So it's gonna get pretty dark here soon. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. Oh god, 1 more hit and I am done. And there I go. Hey, that's the first time I've actually ever tested that. Okay, so looks like that worked so far. So that worked out very well. Huh, what? Okay. One of the things I have unique about my game is that night is actually dark. It's like, you know, if you go out at like midnight in our world, it's like pitch black outside, but there's not for the street lights. But this is like medieval times on a different planet, so obviously it's going to be different. So I know some people complain about how dark it gets at night, but that's because I just haven't added torches and stuff yet for you to have on your player while you are walking around. But it's going to be, I mean, obviously these are lighting up the way, but I also changed the location of the health bar to be down here. I mean, this is just... I don't know if he's just, like... He's dumb. It's also probably just because of how this is generated. I probably have to make it a little bigger. But here we are. Average about 26 FPS the whole time. But if we head back over to Black Hollow, it's probably going to dip. Alright, so we're currently going through at 18 FPS. So yeah, we're currently walking through at 18 FPS. Not sure what's going on though, but there also are 750 NPCs in here, which here's the majority of them are, but we're still only getting 18 frames a second, and they're not being rendered, nor is our AI being rendered. At least it shouldn't be. I'm using 99% of my VRAM, so VRAM is the main thing that I am trying to knock down at the moment. spent 25 minutes playing Crewin just to show what's wrong. Like, that means that there's just a lot wrong. And I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, because the game's still way in development. But we can close this, and we can open up this. I finally figured out what was going on with the light building. So, building lights actually work. I'm pretty sure I'm only building a medium. Yeah, instead of production. Which will explain the deteriorating light quality. But, let's open up Black Hollow. A couple things I want to do here. Alright, so there we go. So I just want to get rid of these. These flickering fire posts are just a lot. And they probably cost a lot, too. They're probably pretty decently expensive compared to like, regular lights. Because obviously they flicker, and that's... We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. We're just going to let that be. We're going to let that be, and we're just not going to talk about it. We're just going to say that that's a feature. And why I have no clue. Anywho, I'm actually working on designing these towers. It's broke again. It's weird. But that's okay. Why these are not all a group, I have no clue. But I'm gonna delete these real quick. I'm redesigning because they used to be one giant static mesh, which I think was causing a decent bit of performance issues. Which it probably gave me a 5 FPS increase after I deleted it. Which I guess means that's a good thing that I am doing that. Because I'll be able to do LODs with it, which will make things easier, so it'll be optimized even more, I hope. But we'll have to see. And the saving takes for freaking ever right now. It's crazy. As soon as I am done with the website for Thunderbolt Interactive, I will be launching the store page for the Epic Games Store. I want to get a few things done with the website first, and then we're going to be adding Crewin to the Epic Games Store. So another place for you guys to wish list. Once that's done, it'll be posted on all of my socials, plus on my Discord. Again, if you're not on the Discord, I will also post a link somewhere. It's also just all over my bios, everything. Okay, so that's saved. Let's press play. And I don't know how much better it's gonna be. So, I guess we'll just wait and see. It's a long time to play, which also kind of indicates that there's issues. Okay, just let it load itself. Alright, so like, clearly stuff like that didn't truly help. Let me grab the spawn. So, I'm currently spawning 650 NPCs. Now, also, this might be the NPCs. Even if we go down to 500, that would still be way more than enough. And obviously I have to edit the child to do what it needs to do. So let me bring this over here. So what we have is a boost component. We're gonna have the draw distance be 1500. We're gonna have this be 500. Maybe this will make it better. Alright, what if we disable the stato? I don't know. Oh, that's gonna work. Alright, so that's the boost component. On the behavior component, there is a random location and manual and random distance, maximum random location distance, if I can even speak. I have it set to 1,000. Let's set it to 5,000, and then random location delay is fine. That's okay. Multiplayer is not included, so we'll get rid of that. And that should be everything. The behavior tree is decent. Optimized. Okay, so now we should maybe have a little bit more FPS. I'll probably have to package the game again to find out, but that's gonna take forever on stream, so we're not going to do that. But I mean, we can already not see an improvement at all. Yeah, I mean, if we do stat unit, I mean, both frame, game, and GPU are all in the 70s, which is not good at all. If we do stat RHI, we'll see that we're currently drawing between 14 and 18 million triangles, but obviously with the landscape having issues, we're about to do some more here. LOD0 screen size is that. We're gonna create 7 LODs for LOD0. What's this? Get rid of that. I find it interesting that, like, right here, we'll draw 8.7 million triangles, but if we go in close and come over here, we'll draw, okay, also 8.7, 7.8. I think it's specifically if we go up this way. Yeah, even that's it. So currently there's 347 actors. So let's disable RH. Let's disable GPU and RHI. Let's alt key back in. And load it in. Alright, so one thing I might be seeing is the draws. Let me go. So we're getting roughly 2,600 draw calls, 3,500 if we're moving around like this. So that's a lot. Also could just be for this stuff in general. I mean, clearly the draw calls aren't doing a lot because we're getting them fine here. It's just like when the game, so it's like something game related. So what we're doing, so we're gonna start off with 347, and with the NPCs it's 847. So with that in mind, How many actors are there afterwards? Way more than I thought. We're currently sitting at 1,400, 15, 16, 17. We hit 1,800, 18. Okay, for some reason... Where's that second spawner? Well, Jesus Christ, that's why. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, Draco's Den. Make current. God damn it. Spawner 2! Right click. Move section to current level. That would probably figure it out, wouldn't it? Alright, we're now going to make that low. We're also going to save the map again. Holy cow. And this is why we can't have nice things. Because I can't do stuff correctly. With, you know, just showing this in total. Anywho. Alright, we're now going to play again, and we're going to watch it be like the exact same FPS for whatever reason. But, hopefully NPCs are going to be different this time. You're around 800 and something, right? 847? Well, we went past it again. Alright, we're gonna eject my character. Alright, so apparently there's still only 300 active childs. Well, maybe that'll stop at 500? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so all 500 actors stop spawning. They are all in Black Hollow, which means they're not spawning anywhere else other than Black Hollow, which is a really good sign. Let's see what else I have going on here. There's 500 target points and 500 NPC controllers. Alright, well, we're going to open up this NPC controller and we're going to see if we can figure out. We're going to repossess a character. Alright, so, sitting around the exact same FPS, currently around 15. What happens if we open up the performance? Alright, so it's claiming we're only getting 8 FPS, so obviously the in-game FPS might actually be a little bit different. So, we might have a little bit better performance than we think. We're going to exit out of this, and we're just going to quickly take a look inside of the NPC controller and see what's even in here. Alright. This is it, apparently. So, let's bring this up. A, disable tick, and that's disabled, yada yada. So I guess the next major thing um is gonna be material instances, and that'll probably help. Obviously we could create one instance for this, maybe. I don't freaking know at this point. I'm gonna get some videos for afterwards of how to do that. Trying to look behind my mic. Isn't the easiest thing to do. God, someone had a loud bass outside. Alright, let me. Alright, so NPC controller seems to be pretty decently optimized because there's literally like 3 things here. It might be the behavior component in general that I mean possibly is having issues. The actual component itself, which if we go into the behavior component, there's a lot going on. And tick's disabled, so we don't have to worry about that. So let me start deleting some of this stuff that I'm not using. Okay, so first thing I want to look at is foliage. At least for oh, okay. I just lost uh Jesus. How are we at 55 gigs of RAM? Alright, let's save. Okay. Alright, so in my foliage. Oh, crap. And we're gonna be crashing again. Hey, we're hitting. We hit 20 frames for like a solid second. And obviously the trees look a heck of a lot worse, so we're actually gonna revert that. Because I don't like how that looks. Also, expensive light map resolution. So I'm gonna change that from 64 to 8 because clearly for some reason it had to be 8 times the size it needed. So we're gonna enter back, select, and deselect that. Alright, so now the trees look a little bit better. But I want back to foliage, find the static mesh, leave that. Alright, so looks like they're all using... Yeah, let's open up 4 and 5 on this. Alright, so we're using bark for... So the MI leaves can be an instance. There. So we're gonna create a material instance of these leaves because the leaves are really high quality. So having that is probably crucial. So we're gonna bulk edit property matrix and we're gonna do material. Can't do it all at once. So I'm gonna have to open up each up individually. Let me just open them all up here. So we're gonna do instance of these leaves. I don't know how well this will actually make things. I doubt they'll make things any better at all. But at least now they're using an instance, which maybe will do something. Okay, let's open up the material instance. All right, so material instancing is a way to create a parent material that you can use with a wide variety of different looking children. Strategic flexibility, make material instances, concept called inheritance, yada, yada, yada. All right, so apparently this is supposed to make it so that okay. Material instancing. Okay, so it's only supposed to compile once at runtime. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna help us at all, but I guess we will just look and see. Now, obviously, the bark cannot be done. I don't think so. Unless I, like... Here, let's go into the instance. Okay, so I can, like... Alright, so we could clearly change the global texture parameters to make it so that it could be a different type of bark. And with this going only once at runtime, doing a common texture like this particular cobblestone right here that is on all of these houses would probably make the draw calls a lot less. I don't know, but I guess we can see if there's any sort of performance increase. Okay, I already see a performance increase. I already see a tiny little bit. We were getting a couple FPS more, but that's still a lot better. Oh, I just saw someone message. I haven't been looking up. Nameless Coder. Hi. I am currently making a open world RPG game called Crewin the Wrath of Aethys. Currently going up through a bunch of performance optimizations because I kind of messed up when it came to textures. So I'm currently going through making material instances and downsizing textures where they need to be. And also dealing with the fact that the editor is currently using like 55 gigabytes of RAM. All right. Anywho, so actually, the next thing I do want to do is go into leaves and find all 3 leaf types. Because if I'm not mistaken, they are currently at 2048, which this is what they look like. Now, I want to bring them down to 1024. Which means this needs to go down to 512. Because a normal map needs to be half the size. And then... what's the last piece? Where is it? This. Also that 1024, so that's okay. Alright, so now this is what the leaves look at. They look relatively the same. Obviously, when you're up like this, it's not going to look that much. And obviously, as I optimize, we might be able to make it so that the trees look better. I think we're going to create the master bark texture next. So if we just go back here, and if we... actually, let's head over here into my second one. Then do that. There we go. Now I have Content Browser 2 has the meshes, and then Content Browser 1 has the textures. So now I can find bark. And then I can create a material instance. So, an M17 forest can have this where did it go? There we go. What's this? Ah, Nameless Coder, thanks for the follow. Oh, this is the first time I've actually been able to see this thing working. That's awesome. Nice. Okay, hang on, let me... ooh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let's bring the original one back. Alright, so it looks like we're looking right here. And now I need to find... so it looks exactly the same. So let's do the same thing. Let's isolate this. Okay, so we're gonna do this part next. We're gonna create a material instance, and let's call this exact same thing, but instance. And now we're gonna add that over as well. Now at least 07, which if we're gonna go into the foliage, is 3.98 thousand are in the main world itself. And we're gonna this, go back in here, press play. Maybe we'll see more performance increase, but who knows at this point. Obviously, we'll have to do the remaining three different types of trees in order to see a huge difference. But I think that's the same tree. So let's start working on the other trees. So that was tree number 7. So we're gonna go to tree number 6. And this is bark 04. So we're gonna open up bark 04. There are already instances? Oh. Well then I guess we don't need to do this. I didn't realize they were already instanced. Okay, well then let's work on this. Let's work on browse. So let's work on these houses then. So let's isolate let's do the stone corners first. Why not? Alright. Here we go. Stone corner. Not an instance material. We're gonna create an instance material. And now, when it says corner 01, I'm gonna do corner instance. And we're gonna have to change this for all 30 houses, so this is gonna be quite a bit of work. But hopefully that makes things a little bit better. But I guess we're about to find out. So let's go over to Content Browser 1 in Browse for these. And all of these should have this corner 01. We're going to change all of these to corner instances. Now, obviously, this is going to take a long time, and I don't want people to sit through that. So we're just going to do a few of them before we go on to the next thing, and then I'll just be doing the rest of it off camera. Because just watching me do the same thing over and over again is way too repetitive for you guys, and it's just something that I don't want to have you guys sit through for multiple hours at a time. The next instance thing I want to do actually are these walls, I think. I think I'm going to have these because that's going to be easier. And also with these, because I only have 6 houses that have like the same 5 materials or whatever. Yeah, 5 materials. So doing that would be very easy. So even if I like do this half of the city first and then do the other half, that might be better. But regardless of the point, making sure that the game hits about 40 FPS is my goal for now. So after we hit 40 FPS, I'll feel a lot better with just everything in general, with the game itself and how it's progressing. Because so far, only Black Hollow and Crewin, Black Hollow and Vevlor actually have the NPC spawners done. Obviously, I can quickly add the other 3 to their respective levels. Or, no. Black Hollow and Draco's Den has it already done. Which also, is, since we are looking... Everything Draco's Den still loaded. There we go. Close this up. I could easily go add the other ones. Forgot what I was saying there. Which, I'm doing the main capitals first, and that's going to be like the first part of the version 0011 update. And then there's going to be patches, I'm guessing. So each of the capitals will have theirs. Release the update probably in like a month or so. Or I'm going to do it all at once in the middle of summer when they're all done and everything's all updated and optimized. Speaking of which, the landscape is like instance, right? Yeah, okay, so landscape's an instance. That's good. The lake cannot be instanced. I mean, having to run that on an instance would actually be pretty good. So let's go to landscape and splines, and let's get the stone wall that it uses. And let's get its stone wall 01 for everything. So let's go to stone wall 01. It's already an instance. So this is already an instance. That's all right. It's a parent of the massive vertex painting, so that's good. So that means we don't have to worry about that. So I guess really it's literally just these main houses here, which if I browse to asset, and let's just start with, let's actually edit it out. Let's open it up. Take a look here. So we're going to start off with isolating house. That doesn't take away a lot. Okay, so M house is the one that we want to start off with. So we're going to browse to that in the content browser. See that it is not a material instance for once, thank God, and create an instance that we will replace in all of these. So we're now going to go in the content browser to find it, and we're just going to open up every single house that uses at least the main ones, and do this full instance of that house, and we're going to see if that helps at all with draw calls or GPU usage in general. And edit. We got this. We got this. All right. So house instance for house 3. Longhouse. House instance. House merge 3. House instance. House merge 2. Instance. One of the big ones. Buck's house, which is the main character. And then this main medieval house, like so. And now we're going to save them all. All right, so that was a big piece of just texture that has been optimized, or at least I hope that's optimized. I mean, I guess we're about to find out. I guess the draw calls are the same-ish. Let's get over here. Let it calm down. Okay, so there is only like 800 draw calls. Even if we go in here, it'll be even less. Oh no, it's me even more. What? Wait. Okay, 758 draw calls is how much is inside the house, and obviously that's because we have all the other textures that we have to go through. But when we come out here, immediately graded with 3,000 plus draw calls, which might be because of the big houses, which I will work on at a later date. But we are going to go and instance the rest of these textures. So we're going to, again, I guess we'll just keep them all open, and I'll keep all these open. So let's do isolate. Alright, so these sculpted part is what we're going to do next. That's all the little wood, or not the wood, the little stone on the outside. So we're going to create an instance of that. Thank God that's all we have to do. So now we just have to go through each one and instance everything. And hopefully that'll help with draw calls. And as long as these draw calls are lowered. Maybe it might help with GPU usage. It should help with how much VRAM we're using, which, I mean, I guess I should take that with a grain of salt, but we will see. And obviously, I will learn on optimizing memory usage and getting other stuff like that set up and figured out. Because hopefully I can get up to 60 frames a second, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It is taking a minute for all these to work, so house instance doesn't have anything. So we can just shut that down and then do here. I don't know how much longer this stream will go for. We're kind of just doing the same thing over and over. Guess we'll save everything now. Best is saved often than not often enough. Alright, awesome. So now we have, if we go to Books Home, we're going to go to Isolate and Isolate. So now that's most of the house set. Got the door, windows, other side of the windows, that door. So, I mean, hopefully that helps. I mean, we're getting some FPS issues just here in general. Let's close these. Literally just closing those solve the issue, and we're still using... Okay, we're using 23 gigabytes of RAM, which is a lot better. For some reason, Google is using a lot, so I'm going to close a couple tabs. Let me just save these to bookmarks bar, and then only have that open. So now Google's using 500 gigs, or 500 megs. Unreal's still using crap ton, so I'll see what else I can quit from. Quit Discord. Trying to ease up on as much usage as I can. And my GPU is on an overclock as that. Well, that took a long time to go through. Anywho. Alright. So I think the next thing we're going to do is the windows and Windows Glass. So let's do select. That's not it. Select. So that's how many of these are on here. So we're actually just going to do Medieval House 1 first. It's because I have the most of that currently. So we're going to add an instance to the glass and the glass windows, and hopefully it'll increase. But, I mean, who knows at this point what it'll actually do. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go. And obviously, it might even be the fact that I won't see any good performance increase until everything's done. I just won't know. But clearly, we're now up probably 4 frames a second from 18 to like 20, 22. So clearly we're helping a little bit, but obviously we're over here. Over here is where all of the big stuff is at. Over here. Let everything load up. I think we're still loading NPCs. As we're spawning NPCs, it also might lose some FPS. So let's let it render everything in, and then we'll take a look. Getting there. That spawns 500 of the point and then 500 of the child NPCs and just regular NPCs. I never renamed it, so it's still like the one child or whatever. 2009 actors in the world as of right now. Not all of them are rendered, only a few are. And it's obviously a lot. So like, if I go right here, and I like windows my back up against the wall, we're still getting 17, 18 FPS, so something's going on here, and maybe it's landscape splines. Like, maybe the spline is causing a lot. I know I got rid of the road spline, and it seemed to give me some FPS increases, but I guess we will find out sooner or later. Let's go back up in editing. So we still have quite a bit of stuff here. So we have... Okay, so the main houses are done. So let's browse the asset. Let's open up the rest of them. And let's add the glass in the let's add the glass in the windows. Do all of them. Just gives some more instance, less stuff it has to do. That one's done. And now we're going to save it all again and for that. So let me close out of that. And then open that. Now we can just start closing these. Like so. We can undo that. We can come down here. Let me see how the scalability settings are. Let's do medium for view distance. And then hopefully that'll be good. Alright, so we are currently sitting, I guess depending on what way we're facing, not 18 to 23 FPS. Draw calls are still up, but not as much. If we go that way, yes, because of that. So let's actually do one of those textures. So let's right-click and edit this house, volume 3. And I want to try and find just this, not this one, but one of the, aha, that texture. That texture is the texture that should hopefully help me the most. Maybe. I don't know why there's errors. I don't know what I did. Anywho. Where are we? Right here. The seamless material? Hold on. Each. All right. So I need to add a, I think I need to add a parameter. Or a texture sample. Thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna mess something up. So let's be cool, guys. Aha, found you. Okay. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to create a parameter for each of these so I can delete this. So param 2D is what I need. So we're going to create 3 more. And we're going to get each of these textures. So we're going to get MT16 height. Right here. Oh, I guess I gotta change the param name. Base. Norm. Height. Okay. So base, norm, and then I need occlusion roughness. So we're gonna call this OCCROU. And now we're gonna bring this back up, delete this, bring this to A, delete this, and now we're gonna take B up to metallic, G to roughness, R to ambient occlusion, delete that, apply, and save. And now all of this should be good. Cool? Hopefully. We're about to find out. Anywho. Now let's go to 17. See how all this is the same? That means, theoretically, of course, I should just be able to add the instance, or instance it out, and then have each instance be the 17, 18, 19, 20, etc. Hopefully reducing draw cause, but I guess we're going to find out the hard way. I guess there's no way like the hard way. So, let's apply it and save it. Then we're going to save the instance. And then empty instance. I have no clue what's going on. I guess also watching it seems like they're all using 16A for some specific thing. But unfortunately, not like I can just walk around and, or I can do them all at once. Alright, so minor improvement so far. On GPU, I can see it's around 50 instead of 60. Everything else is still around the same, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. I don't know yet. Obviously, we're still experiencing a lot of draw cause. Although we're probably about 300 less when I'm panning, which so far is so good. What if I just do this to this? But they're not all the same material, so I guess we'll go through. This is a lot of work. Holy cow. I didn't realize how much work this was gonna be. Doing this. I mean, obviously it won't help a ton because there's like 30 materials. There's 38 materials that I'm gonna have to instance and do one by one. But hopefully getting at least half of these done should at least hopefully help. in terms of getting this stuff done. But yeah. Don't know how that worked. I'm probably gonna end up ending the stream here in a moment. Alright, so we were roughly around 53 when it came to draw time. We'll let everything on through and then we'll take a look. Supposed to reduce draw calls more than anything, so I guess we'll find out if we have reduced draw calls. Still spawning actors. Almost there. 1700. Holy cow. Okay, 1,209. I thought it was supposed to help, not increase it by 10 milliseconds. Let's head over here. Look, even right here, we're still sitting at 400 draw calls. Even the draw calls aren't doing a lot. So let me do stat RHI again. Alright, well, I guess that'll be the end of this stream. I mean, I think they're kind of getting better, but it also is just like way out of there. I gotta like package it in order to actually see what the real world performance is like. But it looks like we're still using, at least just with Black Owl open, 4.5 gigabytes of 2D texture memory. Obviously, reducing triangles would also help, but I mean, I really can't reduce unless I make all of the LOD ones. But thank you. You have a great day too. All right, this got off track. I am gonna end the stream here because I do gotta go do stuff in like 5 minutes. So hope you guys have a nice night. And I don't know when the next stream will be. I'm hoping Friday night. Maybe tomorrow. I kind of want to stream like every single night from today to Sunday, but we'll see how that goes. Um, but if you do like, please make sure to let people know about the game. I'm trying to get some marketing stuff done and trying to get more people engaged in the project. So I hope you guys have a nice evening, and I'll see you all.